Hi everyone, and welcome to Billy Fitzgerald Golf. And tonight I'm going to answer one of your questions that you've sent me of how do we get out of rough. So we've missed the fairway, our ball settles in, and there's a lot of grass behind it. So these two golf balls here, I can only see probably the top half of the golf ball. Well, the first thing that you want to do is eliminate some golf clubs. The last thing I want you to do is just grab whatever you think that we need to get the ball going as far as we can. Long iron, 3-wood is probably not going to work. So the very first thing I would do before we get into technique is I would make some swings, get into a situation or into a lie comparable to what your golf ball is in, and make some swings through the rough. And what you're going to want to feel is how thick and how dense the rough is. So you kind of get an estimation of how the club is going to react, how well it's going to go through the grass, and anticipate how much loft you're going to need just to get the shot out. Maybe we can't get to the green, or we have to be short, or we can't go for that par 5 and 2. Our very first option is to get this ball out safely so we can carry on with our round and not leave ourselves in the rough. Get out of trouble and carry on with the round and get on with it. So with these, I've got a 7-iron in my hand. That would probably be the maximum club that I would have based on this lie that I have. So the very first thing we're going to talk about is what do we need to do to make sure that this golf ball gets out of this position? Well, if there's a bunch of grass behind my golf ball here, I know my angle of attack can't come in shallow. I need the golf club to come in at a steeper angle of attack. So the first thing that we're going to do is work with our setup a little bit. So ball position is going to be right in the middle because that's where the club is going to bottom out. Maybe even a ball or two right, but pretty much right in the middle, not way forward, not way back. I know that you're thinking, oh, I want to play it off my, clear off my back foot, but that's going to really get us so steep it's going to take the loft off the club. So again, ball is just going to be right of center. Now, more importantly is that you're going to want the tendency to try to help and lift the ball this way. And you can see exactly what I'm doing is when I do that, my spine tilts up. This club needs to be going down. So as much as I want to help this ball, help yourself by going the other way with your spine. So this is actually going to feel, and it's going to take a couple times to get used to this. You're going to feel just like on a short game shot that you're hitting downhill because you want the ball to be on the downward part of your swing circle. So again, just like in short game, get my grip here and I'm going to lean left this way. Okay, so ball's just right of center. I'm leaning left. Now, when you swing back, you want to feel like you stay pretty much on top of your golf ball. So you don't want to be sliding way over. This is what I see a lot. We're trying to get this big swing, we slide way over, and then we try to help it up, and we bury the club way back here, and the ball doesn't go anywhere. So, ball's just right of center. You're going to feel like you're leaning left a little bit and staying left this way, and staying right on top of the golf ball. So I've got my club. Let's try to get this one out here. Stay right on top of it. And came out pretty good. So you can see how much of a divot I took because I was so on top of the ball. Again, you want to feel, lean left, stay centered on top of it, and hit down into it. Don't try to help it out. You're almost feeling like you're going to stay in that downward position so the club goes down into the golf ball. Next, we're going to look at down the line from another angle and see some things in your golf swing that will also help you get out of this buried lie. Now, from down the line, we have a different angle of what's happening. We're going, again, over this bunker towards the green. I've got enough loft. Again, we just went over. I want to feel like I'm tilting left a little bit. I'm going to stay centered on top of the golf ball to make sure that I feel like I'm actually hitting a downhill shot to make sure that the club goes down into the ball. A few other things that you want to remember is that we have to keep that same theme. the up and down theme, whether it be my shoulders, the golf club. I don't want anything to be around in my golf swing. Everything's got to be cut out pretty much like a V instead of a U, kind of like a bunker shot. If we're trying to hit it up and over, you're trying to make the club go up and down. So again, a few things just to make sure that we're all on the same page. Once we get ready to go here, I need my shoulders to feel like they're more up and down, they're more vertical. My arms are going to feel more vertical, the club's going to feel more vertical. I've got to be able to hit down into this golf ball. The other thing that we have to make sure and do, and it can be really hard not to do this, is that when you swing back down, we have a tendency to try to hit it as hard as we can with our hips. Now, the only thing that's going to happen when our hips get going towards the ball and we start to spin into the golf ball is we're going to lose our angle of compression or line of compression in the shaft, or how my arm lines up with the shaft. As soon as I start spinning my hips, my hands go out, the face of the club gets back here, and now when I'm flipping the face, I get into a really weak angle or weak point. You can see my hands have to flip and get behind the face of the club. The ball will have nothing on it if I do that. Again, if I stay out of the way of the club, again, feel like my right hip socket stays back, or I don't move into the ball at all. Then as my arm swings down, I can line up my arm with the shaft and have a little bit more compression in the shot. So we're going to feel like everything is more vertical. My shoulders, arms, and shaft are more vertical, and we're going to stay out of the way of the club so I can line up my arm with the shaft and get the most out of this shot. So let's do a few practice swings here. So again, as we swing, we're leaning left here, and you're going to feel everything is going up now. Up, stay on top of the ball, and don't get in the way of the golf club. Let's go and hit one now. Get ready to go. So we're going to lean left. You're going to stay on top of the ball. Remember, everything's going up, and don't jump in front of your arms. So it came out pretty good. You really feel like you've got to be steep with this. So you're going to feel, again, like it's a downhill shot. So again, to review, the golf ball is going to be just right of center. We're going to lean left a little bit, so it's going to feel like you're playing downhill. The whole shot's going to feel like it's downhill. So you don't want to feel like you're trying to help this up, because the club will bottom out too soon. Again, from down the line, you're going to feel everything is vertical. Everything is working in a V. Arms, shoulders, club. I stay on top of it. Everything swings up here, and make your arms come down. Don't jump in front of your arms. Even though I know our tendency, this feels like we're going to hit it farther, I promise you won't. So follow these guidelines, and I know you'll have much better solutions and no problem getting out of this thick rough. Like and subscribe to my channel, Billy Fitzgerald Golf. Want to take a live lesson from me, or you have a question? Visit me at billyfitzgeraldgolf.com. And thanks for watching.